Chapter 1. The World We Were Built For. Imagine a time not defined by deadlines or screens, but by survival. For over 99% of our existence as a species, we were hunter-gatherers. The average human lived in small tribes, moved constantly, and spent hours each day walking, foraging, or hunting. Our brains evolved under these conditions, fine-tuned for threat detection, social bonding, and immediate physical needs. Our environment was stable, predictable in its unpredictability, and our mental processing developed to meet these primitive demands. Life was slow and cyclical. A typical day involved walking 10 to 15 kilometers, gathering food, avoiding predators, and cooperating with our tribe. Our stress response, the famed fight or flight system, was crucial. It evolved to keep us alive during brief, life-threatening situations. Hormones like cortisol and adrenaline flooded our systems to give us bursts of energy. But once the danger passed, we returned to a relaxed state. This rhythm, short stress, long rest, was healthy and balanced. Chapter 2. The Explosion of Change. Now jump to the last 200 years, a blink in evolutionary terms. In that time, we've gone from horse-drawn carts to electric cars, from handwritten letters to instant global video calls. The Industrial Revolution sparked a wave of change, but it's the digital revolution that has truly outpaced our biology. In this brief period, we've seen more technological advancement than in the previous hundreds of thousands of years combined. From the printing press to smartphones, from steam engines to spaceflight, human civilization has reinvented itself at a rate no species has ever experienced. This rapid change has far outpaced our brain's ability to adapt. Thomas Friedman famously said, "Technology is accelerating faster than our ability to adapt." And he's right. Our cognitive hardware hasn't caught up. We are essentially running modern software, technological life, on ancient hardware, the human brain. This mismatch is the root of many problems in the modern world, from chronic anxiety and depression to decision fatigue and burnout. Our stress response, once triggered by lions or famine, is now constantly activated by email notifications, deadlines, social comparison, and information overload. Cortisol flows not for seconds, but for hours or days, wreaking havoc on our physical and mental health. We evolved to face predators, not performance reviews. Chapter 3. The Results of the Mismatch. So what happens when an ancient brain lives in a hyper-modern world? Mental illness has skyrocketed. According to WHO, depression is now the leading cause of disability worldwide. Anxiety disorders are increasingly common, especially among younger generations raised on social media. Suicide rates in many developed countries are rising. Loneliness has become a public health crisis. All of this points to a society moving too fast for its own mental well-being. Our bodies suffer too. Evolution made us move. Now we sit for 8 to 12 hours a day. Physical inactivity is linked to heart disease, obesity, diabetes, and even some cancers. Our diets have shifted from natural, fiber-rich foods to processed, sugar-laden options that hijack our dopamine systems and contribute to addiction-like behaviors. Sleep, once naturally aligned with the sun, is now dictated by screens and social schedules. Even our hormones are disrupted. Constant stress leads to chronically high cortisol, which impairs memory, reduces immune function, and even shrinks parts of the brain, like the hippocampus. Our dopamine system, designed to reward survival behaviors like eating and reproduction, is now exploited by endless entertainment, junk food, and digital validation loops. We are overstimulated but undernourished. According to a 2024 study from Durham University, human brains grew faster during evolution, but this growth was closely tied to environmental and cultural factors. Today, the cultural pace is too fast for our biology to keep up. The result? A modern human who feels disoriented, distracted, and disconnected. Chapter 4. evolution can't keep up. Many believe evolution will solve this problem, but that's not how evolution works. Natural selection is slow. It takes thousands of years for meaningful biological change to take place. We're not evolving fast enough to meet the demands of our modern world. Our culture changes in decades, but our genes change over millennia. An article on The Conversation explains how human culture is now changing too rapidly for evolution to catch up. Traits that were once advantageous, like the ability to delay gratification or maintain focus, are now undermined by a constant barrage of digital stimuli. Evolution doesn't prepare us for Instagram dopamine hits or YouTube rabbit holes. Moreover, the modern environment doesn't exert the same selection pressures that shaped us. In fact, it shelters us from many of them. Medical advances have helped reduce mortality, but they've also decoupled survival from biological fitness. This is not a bad thing. It's a triumph of compassion and science. But it also means evolution has less influence on modern traits. Some researchers propose that we may need to look toward cultural evolution, or intentional evolution. That is, consciously shaping our behaviors, norms, and technologies to suit human nature, not just economic growth. Speeding up evolution isn't the solution. Redefining progress might be. Chapter 5. Can we adapt intentionally? If we can't evolve fast enough, the question becomes, can we adapt fast enough? The answer may lie in awareness and redesign. First, we must recognize that modern life is not neutral. It is actively at odds with how our minds and bodies evolved. This means we need to redesign our environments, routines, and technologies to be more human-centric. One solution is to slow down deliberately. Practices like mindfulness, deep work, digital detoxes, and nature exposure are gaining popularity for a reason. They restore balance to the human system. Schools are integrating emotional intelligence curricula. Workplaces are introducing flexible hours, wellness programs, and mental health days. Governments and organizations are beginning to acknowledge the toll of hypermodernity. Urban design is shifting toward walkability, green spaces, and community interaction. Even tech companies are introducing well-being features to reduce screen time. Education also plays a key role. We need to teach future generations about the evolutionary mismatch, emotional regulation, digital hygiene, and the importance of movement, sleep, and community. This isn't just health advice. It's survival training for the modern world. Chapter 6. Conclusion. A call to conscious living. We are living in an era where the world changes faster than our biology. That fact isn't going to change soon, but we can change how we live within it. The first step is to understand where we came from. The next step is to adapt with intention. We must stop treating modern stress and disconnection as personal failings. They are symptoms of a system out of sync with human nature. The final message of this documentary is not one of despair, but of empowerment. If we can't evolve fast enough, then we must evolve consciously, by design, not by default. We must build a world that honors the rhythms, limits, and needs of the human mind and body. Only then can we thrive in the age we've created. Let us not become victims of our own progress. Let us become the designers of our evolution.